Another question that really doesn't have an answer. But I'll give you some examples and some possibilities. So we're going to talk about toxicity in people and how they can poison your life. And some people don't share your core values, your mission, your vision. They don't align with you, and yet you keep them around forever. We all do it. Don't worry. You ain't the only one. So man, it's crazy how everything happens. So we just had a show, right? And on the show, one of our guests said something that hit the spot. When the snake bites you, just chop off its head, keep going, and wear it around as like a scar, essentially, so you remember that and you don't let it in. So let's imagine that snake is a toxic person. It could be a family member, it could be a lover, ex-baby daddy, ex-baby mama, um, neighbor, boss, someone, right? So they do something toxic, they bite you. Do you chop the head off and keep it as a souvenir? Do you rip it out of your skin and throw it back into the forest or wherever this toxic person comes from? Do you let them continue to bite you multiple times? And all of these have long term effects, right? Is it an opportunity to teach this person behavior that is better or at least more aligned with you? Is it a time to, is the person reaching out? Maybe they're going through some serious shit. Maybe they are needing help with, wow, the world works a weird way. Literally just got done talking about sushi with someone, and then I just got a text from another entire group of people, and it's like, sushi at 6, be there. It's so funny. And it's even funnier. So this person's talking about snakes, right? And snake bites and how that's your toxicity. And if you leave it in there, um, it's not going to be good for you. And so what do? Do you throw it away? Do you chop it off? Do you just drag it with you? I mean, all of us would never just have a snake bite and just have it dangling on our leg and walk around town. What's up? This is my snake that's currently poisoning me. Yet we do it with people. We do it with people. Uh, Go on your fucking Facebook feed and you can check your own if you want and see how many negative posts you have. But go check out all the people you follow. All of you. Dude, I spend so much time clearing out the negativity on socials, and I still get it all the time. People whining about this, whining about that. Man, somebody just, oh, what was the, oh my God. This guy's like, he's talking about a restaurant on our island. He goes, I went to Greenhouse and they didn't cook my chicken all the way. And I've visited 22 times since, and I've never been back. We're all like, bro, that was probably years ago. You're holding on to that so much, like you're holding on to raw chicken from 7, 8. I don't know how many times a year he goes. I don't know. Someone else was on there just bitching about KFC. KFC's prices are too high. I'm like, okay, so don't shop there. Go somewhere else. Like, what the fuck? There's so much chicken on this island, man. We have some amazing chicken. So options: cut the head of the snake off, right? And the head's still there. Snake's dead. Do you throw it back and give it a chance to keep living? Maybe it'll bite someone else and fuck them up. Maybe it'll learn its lesson and it won't bite humans. Uh, or maybe, I mean, I don't know if a toxic person ever deserves to die, but let's go over some examples. So, one on this island specifically, we have so many frogs. We have a beach and a cove called Koki Beach, Koki Cove. They're both named after the Koki frog. It's not native here. So frogs are not native here. They're all from Puerto Rico, mainlands, other islands. And the joke I always tell our tourists is that the frogs got here on the pirate ships back in the day because they were looking for booty. And by the sounds of how many are here, once they got here, they found booty. Tourists love it. But in all reality, on this island, there are not many snakes, very few snakes. And here's the reason. So back in pirate days, there was a rat problem. And they're like, oh, shoot, we got to get rid of these rats. So they imported a bunch of mongooses, or mongoose, if you will. The mongooses, or mongoose, if you so prefer, hunt during the day, the type that they brought. Rats are nocturnal, so the mongoose never ate the rats, but they killed almost all the snakes. Very few snakes on this island. We do have some mongooses, and there definitely are some rats. Whew. So that's one good story, and that leads us to another. So it's crazy how one person mentions a snake bite, you chop off the head, and you live your life. And that's one way to do it. I mean, you can cut them out of your life and move on. And I've definitely done that, and I'm sure you've definitely done that. But where do you know when who deserves a second chance? Who is reaching out for help in a problem that they have that you may never know about, and who do you just cut out of your life and move on? That's so hard to tell. My goodness. But another example of quick decision making that may not be right. Back in the day when Britain still was in possession of India, too many cobras. They had cobra snakes everywhere. So they set out a bounty. Bring us cobra heads, we'll give you 10 shilling or pence or whatever. So then smart citizens started to breed these cobras. So they would just in their basement breed hundreds of cobras. Cobras bring 10 in at a time and get paid. And then when Great Britain found out about that, they decided, oh, we're getting rid of the bounty. So then everyone just took all their breeded cobras, hundreds of them, and just let them loose. So they had even more cobras. The short-sighted term thinking. And it's so quick to have someone do one thing wrong to you and you to cut them out of your life. Or you just say things that you really don't mean. Or for you to start talking about them behind their back. Or to do something mean right back to them without thinking of the long-term consequences of their mental health, of what they might be going through, of the hurt they might be having. Hurt people hurt people. So I think that's pretty true. What are they going through? Why did they do that to you? And maybe they are just a bad person. You need them out of your life. Or maybe they just need a little extra love to help them grow into a great person.